Welcome to Sunday Night Light, where I highlight a single quote from the General Conferences of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, as a way to bring a little light to the start of your week. Welcome to Sunday Night Light. So today we're going to be talking about another Elder Holland quote that dovetails really nicely with another one about gratitude that we spoke about just a few weeks ago. So I've got this up on my another screen right here. And it says, begin your search for happiness by embracing the bounty we already have received from the giver of every good gift. So that's Elder Jeffery R. Holland, and that's the April 2022 General Conference. I just love that because it's so hard sometimes in your busy life to take time to be grateful and to really to sit there and think about, okay, now if I'm not feeling very happy, if I'm not feeling a lot of joy in my life, is the first thing I do is to sit down and count my blessings, as it were, as the old song says. There's a lot of different ways that people are looking for happiness in life. People are looking for being loved, being accepted, being appreciated, feeling fulfilled in your job or your family life or whatever it is. But it's so interesting here that Elder Holland says to begin your search for happiness with gratitude and looking at the bounty. When you hear the word bounty, it brings to mind like the word bountiful. It's like the psalm says, where it's your cup runneth o'er. You have so many blessings that you can't even hold them all. They're all flowing over the top of the cup. And so I think this is one great thing that a lot of us have been taught about prayer, is that we begin our prayers with our gratitude. We talk about the things that we're grateful for before we move on to talk about the things that we request. So I really like that idea. And I think that does provide some time, at least in every day, in order to express your gratitude, to think about, wow, I really do have a lot. And that the Lord has really blessed me with many, many things. I have a bountiful outlook on life. And there are certain things, spiritual things, that I think we all can be grateful for. We all can appreciate the atoning sacrifice and the hope that gives us, the hope that, hey, no matter what's going on in this life, things will be made right, and things can be made right in this life as well through the atonement. Atonement is not just for the end of your life. The grace that we receive for it is for now, as well as at Judgment Day. So we can be grateful for that. We can be grateful for the assurance of a resurrection. I know I have a special needs son, and I think about all the time about the resurrection and when he will be restored, when I'll finally be able to talk to him, like I do with my other children, with my wife. I think about that a lot. I'm honestly just very grateful that I have that reassurance. My son has Down syndrome, and he's about 13, but only has the intellect of about a 2-year-old. And he even actually has regressed. He used to be able to talk a little bit, but now he barely talks at all. And so that right there, I just feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude that I will be able to talk to him sometime, that he'll be resurrected and he will be restored, and his physical and mental limitations that he has now will be no longer. I'm really grateful for that. And it's not just the spiritual things we have to be grateful for. I think just living in these modern times, I think we can be extremely grateful just for what we have. There are so many things, from the ways that we can communicate. I can talk on YouTube and send that message around to anybody who wants to see it. Just the way we live in, heated and cooled houses and drive cars and have running water. Yeah, and we can go to the store and get whatever food we want. Just a lot of things like that are just amazing. And that people in past eras would just couldn't even comprehend the blessings that we have today. So if you're looking to be happier, let's follow Elder Holland's advice and begin that search, looking and seeing the bounty that you already have. As to wrap this up, I think the most important thing that we can look at is that comparison is the thief of joy, as the old saying goes. There's not a lot of ways to that more quickly just put a damper on your happiness. Looking at people and saying, "Oh, I wish I had his job," or I wish he made as much money as him, or had a nicer house or a nicer car, or this and that and the other thing, different opportunities. It's that drives away the spirit. It's on the 10 Commandments of not coveting, but it also just makes you miserable. And a lot of the times you just don't actually know what's going on in another person's life. Don't be so quick to want another person's situation. Just a quick story. This week I went to a church barbecue, and I saw a family that I really admired. I thought they looked like they've got things together. They've got adorable children. It seemed to have a good, strong family. And not that I was comparing myself to them, but I just had the impression that everything was just great with them. And I sat down and talked to him, and I realized he's actually struggling with a horrible medical issue. It causes him to be exhausted all the time and to live in fear that other things are going to happen to him. And that he's been dealing with this for a while, and it's causing problems at home and with his job, and on and on and on and on. And I had no idea. You look at people, people aren't just going to tell you all their problems. So the point is, I guess, is before you compare yourself to somebody, just realize everybody's got something. And everybody's struggling to a degree with something or other. And so it just doesn't make sense to lose your happiness by comparing yourself to somebody else. All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you for starting your week out with a little light, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.